Thanks for stopping on in for today's NBA pick video play for December 2nd, 2017. Heading into Saturday's action, going to be talking about this intriguing Eastern Conference matchup between two up-and-coming squads, the Detroit Pistons and the Philadelphia 76ers, and give our take on who we feel has the better edge against the spread. If you're interested in getting all of our NBA plays for today, you can get those over at stumpthespread.com. Link down in the video description, and be sure to click that subscribe button on our YouTube channel. So, heading into this one, Detroit sitting right now as about 5-point underdogs. The reason they're getting a little bit more points than you might typically expect is they're going back-to-back on the road, which is never easy, and also the Pistons, they didn't look great in the second half of their last outing last night against the Washington Wizards, so getting a little bit more points here as a result. But on the year, the Pistons, they've been very impressive. 14-7 overall, and they've actually been pretty good on the road. Of course, yesterday not playing so great, but 6-5 on the road so far this year, and winning at some really tough places, beating the Celtics on the road, the Thunder, the Timberwolves, the Clippers, the Warriors. So some really great results there for Detroit so far this year, showing that they're not just a home team that needs that home cooking to go on and pick up these wins, but showing that they can also battle in these tough road environments. Detroit on the season, a bit more defensive-oriented group, 7th in the NBA in total team defense, 16th in scoring average. Their plus-minus is about positive 3.5 points. Something that does play into the favor a bit of the Pistons is the fact that they have a pretty solid bench. They can spell those starters a bit, and that can keep this overall roster a bit better in a position to not be fatigued going into these back-to-back type games. Also, the fact that the Pistons weren't really in the game in the fourth quarter yesterday against the Wizards means that they got a little bit more rest for their starters than they would have otherwise if it was a competitive contest. So they should be at least somewhat fresh here going into the back-to-back road situation. The home team today, the Philadelphia 76ers, another up-and-coming team that looks like they have the tools to make a run at the postseason this year. 12-9 overall, and it's about time. The 76ers, this whole process they've been going through in terms of tanking every year to get those draft picks, looks like it's finally starting to work out. As long as the 76ers can stay healthy throughout the regular season, we do see this as being a playoff caliber squad in the Eastern Conference. The 76ers came up short in their last outing, losing to the Celtics on the road by a final of 97-108. Been trading some wins and losses here as of late. Prior to that loss against the Celtics, they did beat the Wizards at home. They lost to the Cavaliers at home, and then also a win against the Magic at home. So actually a pretty home-heavy schedule here for Philadelphia over the last couple of weeks. And that's allowed them to pick up some wins here along the way, or at least aided in that effort. But this is a team that plays a little bit more up-tempo than their opposition. They're 6th in the NBA in scoring, 23rd in total team defense for a plus-minus of about plus half a point. So not quite as good, about 3 points worse on average per game than their opposition so far this season. So coming into this one, we expect a competitive matchup. Of course, earlier on in the campaign, Philadelphia went into Detroit and picked up a win against the Pistons on the road. We feel like this is a much different Detroit group than what Philadelphia was playing back at that point in the year. They've done a much better job of figuring out their rotations than where they were back at that point, and as a result, we feel like the Pistons, they're going to be refocused coming off of that tough result against Washington. So coming into this one, we see this as being a competitive, close battle going probably right down to the end, and we do like the Pistons getting the 5 points here as a result. And again, guys, to get all of our NBA plays, you can get those over at stumpthespread.com, link down in the video description, and be sure to click that subscribe button on our YouTube channel. Thanks for stopping on in, and we hope to see you guys in future videos. Bye.